Assalamualaikum viewers, hope for best of your health and iman. Today's topic is Thallus organization in algae. Today we're gonna see what is a thallus organization in algae. Thallus is algae has a thallide body. It does not have a root, stem, or leaf like a complete modern plant. So we're gonna see what is the thallus organization. How does it vary in its organization, its shape of the plant body. So let's start. The first of all, you need to know what is a thallus. Thallus, mostly is a haplite plant body, and it does not have a root, stem, or the leaf, which is the differentiated, plant body parts which a modern advanced type of the plant have. And algae do not have this type. So, on the basis of the division or the variety in the thallus, it has different types like unicellular, which is motile and non-motile; colonial, which is flagellated or non-flagellated; filamentous, which is branched or unbranched. So, I hope I don't have to tell you in detail what are these means. Motile, moving, non-moving; colonial, filamentous, flagella with or without flagella; and filamentous with branches or with no branch, just one filament. Next, we have the unicellular motile type, the simplest type, the unicellular plant body type, in which they are having just a rounded or the pear-shaped bearing two flagella or no flagella. So this is a type of the simple unicellular motile type, and the most common example is the Chlamydomonas. You see in the figure, it has just two flagella. It is simple single plant body which is rounded, a unicellular one cell plant body. Next, we have unicellular non-motile, which is a cocci type, because unicellular is small, more or less spherical, and non-flagellated and non-motile. Example, chlorella. You see in the figure, it is cocci shape. In rounded shape is more or less rounded. Spherical shape, it's non-flagellated, it's without flagella, and it's a unicellular. It has only one cell in its plant body. Its size is shown in the bigger figure as it is 20 micrometer. Next, we have a motile coenobial type of in this type, the unicellular cells with their flagella protruded out is embedded together in a gelatinous sheet to form more or less rounded motile colony or the coenobium. Because it has so many cells, so it is known as coenobium or a colony. And example is in volvox, because volvox is evolution in the volvocine, because it evolved from the simple unicellular to organisms that they join together, they live together, they are now living together, 4 or 5 cells or more than 4 or 5 cells, they live together under one sheath, so it forms a colony, and it is also known as coenobium. And it is also motile because they have flagella and they move their cells. Next, we have non-motile coenobial type. In this type, the colony or the coenobium is composed of the non-motile cells. It does not have flagella and they cannot move. Arranged in a single layer belongs to the long axis, and for example, synderesis figure 1, or the cells are arranged and end to end forming a pentagonal type or the hexagonal, pentagonal and the hexagonal meshes of the net, and for example, hydrodactylon figure B and periastrum figure C. So you can see in the figures, the number 1 figure A, you can see is a synderesis. You see it is just a single composed of the cell which are the non-motile cell in a coenobium or in a colony along the long axis, and the second in the figure B, you can see they are arranged end to end, joined with each other from end to end. It is in a hydrodactylon. And in figure C, periastrum, you can see that they are in a hexagonal form. They form the 6 corners, and in pentagonal they form the 5 corners. So they are in this way, they form their colony shape. Next, we have palmate. Palmate type is that type of that it is a temporary stage that is formed in the Chlamydomonas under some favorable conditions, and it is known as pomela. So this stage is known as pomela. This is not a permanent stage. It is a temporary stage, just in Chlamydomonas during its life cycle, just for a few sometimes for some time it just come that they live like together forming a palm like structure. So this is known as pomela or the pomelite type, and it is not a permanent stage. It changes into its more other types. Next, we have a filamentous type. Filamentous, as its name shows, that it has filaments in its plant body. In these types of the cells are arranged in one upon the other to make the plant body filamentous, and which may branch or may be unbranched. So they may be branched or unbranched. Filaments are like branches, so they may form the like a filament cell, like a thread, one cell joined to other cell in end to end. So it is branch as well as unbranched. If it is branched, it may be the example of Cladifera, and if it is unbranched, then it may be Spirogyra. So next is the thalite type. In this type, the plant body is parenchymatous thallus like due to the repeated cell divisions and more than one plant cells, which is example have the alva. In this type, you see it is like parenchymatous cells, as like the parenchyma of the plants. You see the cells are joined one to other, one cell to other in irregular form, in a random form, just form like a cells are they grouped together, they form a parenchymatous form. So this is the plant body which is known as a thalite type. It does not have differentiated cells or differentiated plant parts, and it is the alva. Next, we have Siphonous type. Siphonous type. In this type, the thallus is made up of the long, hollow, one tube-like structure, called the coenocyte, because it has many nuclei without any walls. So they are known as the coenocytic and the coenocytic filament without partitions, without any partitions, a cell wall that contains many nuclei and is branched, and this example is Vecheria. You see, Siphonous type is that type of cell in which they have the coenocytic cell, and coenocytic cells are those cells they do not have any cross walls or any cell walls between their cells. Cells are joined together, they have many nuclei, and they are multinucleated. So they are known as Siphonous type, or they are known as coenocytic type. So this is the example, which is the thallus type of the example present in the Vecheria. Next is the Heterotrichous type. Heterotrichous type. In this type of the plant body, is differentiated into the prostrate system of the branched filaments growing on the substratum and the erect system away from the substrate. So this is that type of the thallus in which we heterotrichous. Hetero means two types of the trichomes. Hetero different types. So trichomes, they have the two different types of the trichomes. One is which is a prostrate horizontal type, and it is the prostrate group, which is this is that filament which grow on the surface of the substratum, attached to the substratum, and the second is the erect system, which is away from the substratum, not joined to the substratum. So in this way they have the two differentiation, that's why it is known as heterotrichous, and the examples are the Batrachoscamum and the Strigonellum. Next, we have the special or the complex type. Special or the complex type is that type of the thallus. Its structure is known for the species of the Cara, Focus, and Laminaria Polysiphonia, because they have the special or the complex structures. They do not have a special. They do not have a filamentous or colonia. They have just their one of. You see in all the figures that they have a special structures is different. You see the number one figure is the Cara, which have cells. They are walled or they are present on their branches. The second figure is the fucus, is one more different. You see like a flower, or its branches growing up and going randomly here and there. And the third one is laminarian. So in this way you will see they have their special or the complex forms of the structure, and they are not now not the even given them the name. So they are just known as the special, the complex type. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it will be helpful for you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Bye bye.